What if all of a sudden you were transported into the demon world as a human because your parents sold you to a demon? Yeah, I know it's a bit of an odd thing to think about, but that is the general storyline of this manga right here, Mairimashita Iruma Kun. So essentially, his parents, who try and make a little bit of cash, ended up selling Iruma to a demon dude who now is keeping Iruma as his grandson and having him attend demon school. Yeah, I know it's very odd, but honestly, this is a fantastic manga. So, some of the main characters you'll see that are obviously Iruma. Very nice blue hair, kind of lit looking. Please focus on me, camera. Thank you. Sorry about that. His now demon grandfather, Sullivan. Very strong man. Got some dope swag as well. I dig it. I dig the hair. You also got Alice, Clara, and a bunch of classmates. Holy shit. Yeah, I know, there's a lot of characters here. There are a lot of characters who you will find in this manga, but yet somehow the author is able to introduce them at a very good rate, honestly. Basically, every time the author wants to introduce a new character or a new group of characters, he gives that character a chunk of time, a good chunk of time to really kind of grow that character, and then introduce the next one then. And obviously there are overlapping parts, those character growth that continues on after the character's introduced, but it's never all just thrown at you at once. You have time to digest each character and get to know them a little bit before the next one is introduced and added. And so it never feels like you're being overwhelmed. You always have a good amount of time to get to know the characters before the next one group is introduced. For instance, all these schoolmates, like, I'm still learning about them, and I'm on chapter 195. Yeah, that's a lot, I know. But yet, yeah, there are all these different characters, and yet they're introduced at such a good rate that it never feels overwhelming. Now, there is also an anime for this. I'm talking about the manga here today, because it goes way past the anime. There is an anime, and there's also season 2 for the anime coming out next season in April of 2021. So I'm kind of excited for that. Almost certainly be watching it. But there's one thing that honestly the anime will never have on the manga, and that is this one character right here. This one very lovely red-haired cat girl is fan-fucking-tastic. Honestly, just look at some of these screenshots I took. Honestly, I mean, how precious is this? This is what we read manga for. This right here. We love this. We need this in our lives. Elon Musk, you know what to do now. Anyway, honestly, I just... Some of those small little scenes with her are the most precious shit ever. I don't know why, but I love her facial reactions. They're so good. They're so screenshotable. I have so many of them saved to my iPad. Now, I'm sure by now you've seen from the pictures that I've shown that some of the characters have a bit of an odd design. That's a very common thing about this manga, because this is a very goofy manga. I mean, it's a comedy. It's meant to be fun. And yet... yeah, it's got some weird character designs, and but it works so well for this manga. It fits the theme of it so well. It's very well stylized, this manga. I don't know how else to say it. It's just, it all fits together really well. That's the best way I can word it or describe it. It just fits. The style of the characters, it fits the feeling of the manga and of the world, of where things are going down, the setting. And it looks a bit odd sometimes, but honestly, I've never, after reading like a little bit of this manga, I never even blinked or batted an eye at a weird character design ever since. Because I've always thought they're so creative and cool, honestly. Like, that's the big thing. If they're so interesting, the characters, they don't feel bland. Each one is so unique from the other. Like, you can instantly tell every single character apart from the other. There's a lot of characters, but you can tell them all apart very, very, very quickly because of just how different all of them are. Their designs are so unique and just out there. I actually love it, honestly. I think it was so cool to look at. But yeah. Anyways, we do talk about the plot a little bit of this. I've talked about the characters a little bit, describing them briefly. Well, more just saying their names, really not describing them. But one thing that you should know if you decide to start reading this manga is that it is a comedy at its core. But yet, you will also get some very good plot line as well. Like, you will get some really cool plot points. It's no 10 out of 10. It's just, this ain't Death Note or some shit like that. No, this is a comedy, a fun, lighthearted comedy at its core. But yet, it stands upon the foundation of a great story, honestly. I like to think about it as a bit of a goofier version of Gintama. Gintama is probably my favorite anime right now. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. In fact, I actually made a video on it right here, and I'm planning on making a second one soon. I'm making one every 100 episodes, and I'm about to reach them at like 195 right now, so pretty close. But anyways, in Gintama, you get a lot of comedy parts. I mean, it is a hilarious anime, and you get a lot of these like comedy parts that are more lighthearted and stuff like that. But yet, between all of those, you get these fantastic action parts, this fantastic storyline, these great arcs, and honestly, yeah, it reminds me a little. Mairimashita reminds me a little bit of that, of the way how, yeah, with all this like lighthearted comedy, fun, you're having a good time. There are some great plot points. You're kind of like, ooh, okay, I feel that. What it does is it makes the story never feel boring. There are a few arcs that are a bit long, in my opinion. I mean, they don't ever feel dragged out. They just feel long. But typically, they're to show something off, or just kind of introduce you to kind of how characters will grow. And with the amount of characters that they have, if they all do train at the same time, they're all going to grow to a considerable amount by the next. It makes things a little bit difficult. But honestly, it's not the biggest deal though. It's a really, really small thing I just have questions about. But other than that, still fantastic manga. I really, really enjoyed it. It's fun. It's funny. I've always loved reading it. I've read 195 chapters of it, and I'm still not bored of it, and I'm still looking forward to the next part. The character growth is great. It's never feel like characters are stagnant. There's actually growth in it, which is rare for a comedy. And overall, I'm just really looking forward to seeing where else this goes. It's got a cool, interesting world that is introduced at a great pace. Same thing with the characters. And yeah, honestly, this is just a fantastic manga. So go check it out. Honestly, seriously, go check out this manga. You will not regret it. I love it, and I hope that you love it as well. Anyways, this has been Senpai Supreme. Some of my latest videos are popping up on the screen right now. So go and check them out. I got some good stuff for y'all, anime, manga reviews, all that stuff, some other things in there as well. So go and check them out. But anyways, hope you will enjoy this video. Go check out this manga. If you got any thoughts about it, leave them in the comments down below. Maybe even leave a like, if you enjoyed it, that is. You're not obligated to, but I always do enjoy seeing the number of likes go up. But anyways, I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.
Hi everyone, this is the Boatman. I hear you aren't subscribed to Senpai Supreme on YouTube.com. If you are a real epic gamer and kawaii weeb, you will subscribe right now.